Pratibha ji, if you would like to resume your talk.
Let's have a question. That's a good place to start now.
Yeah, Lalan sir has posted a question. He wanted to know, or I would say that he has a comment to post. So Lalan sir, I would invite you to kindly do that.
Oh, I can't see the questions now. Can you read them? Can you read the
Yes.
question?
How does
I'll be reading the question.
yoga? Hello?
Yeah.
How does yoga help in concentration of mind?
Say that again. How what? How does it have it?
How does yoga help in concentration of mind?
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, you know, concentration has to involve our nervous system.
Mhm.
Our nervous system is very key for attention and focus. So, you know, the nervous system is like an inner part of our body. If you can even, you know, imagine the nervous system, it's like it exists everywhere in every tissue, in every organ, in every limb of the body mind. And things move because the nervous system is in good shape. What I mean by good shape is that there is the calmness, there is the focus, ability, skill to activate also the nervous system in our brain. You know, yeah, in our brain is many, or even the most number of nerves. So it's all about the nervous system, really, that affects our ability to focus. Actually, the practice that I showed earlier claims and is for the benefit of focus, and it's good for not just the older person, it's good for anyone, but it increases that ability of nerves that run through the whole body, including the mind. So it's good for memory, it's good for attention. It has that claim, that particular one I have. So, you know, there are many for the mind. I mean, like you asked, this is one, lengthening the breath, which is also not only just to the throat, it goes to the head. And it goes through the body, so it makes everything work. Everything has to work. You know, our mind also doesn't work without the rest of us feeling okay. We've all noticed that when we feel okay, we feel better, we feel alert, the mind also works better. You know, there are other tools that, I mean, I would love to show people how, you know, the practice called tratak is so good for the nervous system of the brain. It's really, really good. But these days, you know, all kinds of knowledge, wonderful knowledge is coming out that is helpful for the brain, including using and placing the fingers for pressing points, pressing certain points, helpful for the brain. But, you know, you need to also go inward when you are doing these things. Like this is one of them, and this is now one that's advertised. This is good for us also, because we get into deeper things here, to a knowledge about ourselves as persons, as humans. It's almost like nothing is unrelated, everything is related in the system. So with the mind, I mean, like focusing the mind, the first thing all really has to be done is the thoughts that are there have to calm down, right? The thoughts have to become silent. And then it's in that silence spot that one thing can come forward that we want to focus on. If there's too many things going on, how can you focus on one thing? You can't, we have that problem. So all these things go together, and moving the breath again is the key, is really the key. And first though, you need to relax. So you relax, and then you're ready to focus your mind. If you focus your mind on your breath, you will find that you can focus your mind on anything else that you want to focus it on. You can do it better. You have to do it out as an experiment, really sincerely. Did this to the point of your question, sir?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Pratibha ji. Vadva sir also has posted 3 questions, but I would request Vadva sir to kindly unmute yourself and comment on the topic yourself, or ask the question yourself.
Oh,
we would like to hear you.
Do you think you could read the question, please?
Namaste, madam.
Madam, I mean,
I'm Yogendra Vadva from Mumbai.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I couldn't hear you for the first 10 to 15 minutes. So I was trying to move from laptop to mobile, but when you later on increase the volume, I have some basic questions to ask. Is there any role of pranayama in controlling physical ailments? And number 2, can yogasanas be combined with pranayama? Number 3, ideally for how long one should hold the breath, like Abhyantar Kumbhak or Bahya Kumbhak?
Yeah, now I don't know how to get back to the face here. Somebody can explain it. But I'm just going to go ahead and try to answer your question. Your first question about how it can help the health. Okay, the breath resides in every corner and tissue and space in our body and mind. We can see this easily if you think of the abdomen. You put the food in the stomach, and if you eat too much, you don't leave any space there, the food is going to digest slower. So space is needed for the actions to occur. And so let's say you have diabetes, or you have anything that's a physical problem. If you bring fresh movement to the ailing part of the body, it's like you're bringing oxygen, you're bringing freshness that makes those molecules and atoms and everything that are stuck, it brings new energy and new healing. So many people have had experiences of curing lung problems and diabetes and almost anything, just almost. I don't know if there's anything that is not improved for healing with simple pranayama. It should be done though under a person who knows the system of pranayama, and can be directed to you. So I hope this makes sense. It is also, again, something one needs to experience. Do you feel better? Now, combined, yes, with asanas. Asanas also move the prana to a certain degree, but not as directed as when you do actual pranayama. There are 2 schools of thought, people say, or it's taught by different teachers. You do the asanas first and then the pranayama. Others say, no, you do the pranayama first and the asanas. I'm more second, that the experience is improved. You can, if you do the pranayama first, you create focus for one thing, and the breath is ready to move, so you can also do the asanas easier, and they will be more effective. And you're doing them then from an inner focus rather than just trying to be external with the asanas. I mean, that's another thing to discuss a little bit. You may say this way: if you do good pranayama, you need less asana. You go together. It's a good time to do it. Yeah. Like you might do your pranayama and just have one or two asanas to do and hold them and accomplish what you want to accomplish without doing a lot of asanas. Yeah. Now, I think you asked one other question. What was it?
That is regarding holding the breath.
Oh, yeah.
For how long one can hold it, for a minute or two? Ideally, what should be the duration?
Okay, so this is also something that the body has to get used to, meaning its inner nervous system, tissues, and even your focus, but it's, you should not force it. The breath movement is what first needs to be used. And the most important principle is you just hold the breath for the period of time that's comfortable. And you can gradually do a little bit more if you need to. But first, you really need to have a system of pranayama that you do regularly, Are you talking about holding the breath in asanas or in pranayama?
In pranayama.
In the beginning, you should never hold it. You can pause, but pausing is definitely different than holding it. So I don't think you could ever put a minute or anything on it. It certainly has to be something that's very gradual. And then you feel afterwards that was beneficial. That is something you need to be careful about, because you should never force yourself into a long extension of holding your breath without being prepared for it. You need to know what you're doing. I mean, you can do some kind of injury in a way. It's like you can force something that's not ready to be forced, in a way, you could say. You may be doing exactly what you need if you simply do more numbers, so to speak, of like the extension exercise, extension of the breath, than holding. I mean, holding is done prior to meditation, maybe. Maybe I've said enough on it. It has to be gradual, and we could talk about it some other time individually if you want.
That's right. Thank you.
Certainly.
Thank you very much.
Certainly.
RS Kaushal sir
Yeah.
wishes to ask something. Sir, can you please unmute yourself and ask?
Yeah, how do I get that back? So it says Zoom Workplace. Should I click on that? Is it going to come back?
Sabhi ko pranam. I have just two observations.
Yes.
First of all, pranayama has a central place in Ashtanga Yoga. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan or Samadhi.
Yes,
it has a central place. It connects the outer world and the inner world. It helps in connecting the outer world with the inner world.
Yes, it does.
So inner world has a different story. Outer world, Yam, Niyam, Asan, are meant for maintaining the order.
Could
out
you?
in the outer world.
I'm sorry.
Dharana, dhyana, samadhi, they take you up to
Right.
the end of
Right.
the meditation, the
Right.
highest of the meditation.
Right.
So I think it has a central place in the entire package. Secondly, if some neuroscientists are present, they will agree with my opinion. My observation. Actually, when you do pranayama, the process to enhance the percentage of oxygenation in the blood.
Right.
Pranayama is a process to take of oxygen in the blood. Once you do that, naturally blood becomes better. Secondly, your posture, you are sitting straight, and there is more chances of flow towards the heart.
Yes.
Because the brain neurons, they get more activated, pattern changes, and the stage comes when it attains the equilibrium. So perhaps it supplements the answer, the question of Professor Lalan Prasad, I suppose so. Perhaps I'm not a neuroscientist, but I can visualize the process, the importance of the process. So once your pattern changes, every pattern of the brain, neurons in the brain space is responsible for the activities of the physical bodies.
That's right.
So in that way, one can attain the concentration. Definite pattern formation is there of the brain neurons in the brain space, and there are certain patterns which lead to the concentration also. Thank you.
Oh yes, sir. Thank you for reiterating that. It's definitely exactly like that, and it is it's a serious matter to consider. I mean,
yeah, it's a problem for the neuroscientists. How it affects? I think people have already been working on this subject, and a lot of literature. I'm not in touch with that, but I heard that such studies are going on.
Right. And do you do pranayama, sir?
Yeah, I do, but I experience more than doing.
What's that?
I experience more than performing the process. I do little, but experience more.
But what do you do? What do you do more?
Let me not repeat it. It's highly personal. Let this go in the general manner.
Okay. That's fine. That's
sir,
good.
Sir is more of a scientist, so he must have conducted researches on this as well. So what Kaushal sir is aim to say is that even though he does not perform it regularly, but he is aware of the positive effect of pranayama.
Right.
I hope, sir, I'm right.
I would like to ask him. I would like to ask him if he could try to do just 10 minutes a day.
No, I do it, but not public awareness for my own. It's a subjective aspect of human routine.
Well, of course, it's always for the personal self. There's nothing that is public about working breath. Yeah.
See, when you go to
I believe.
See, you are trying to
Lord
objectify.
Jaddu Singh ji has a question, so I would invite him. Please unmute yourself and ask.
Okay, what is it? Let's let him finish.
You're not audible. You need to unmute yourself.
Oh, me? Oh, this is...
No. Jaddu Singh ji wishes to ask you something. He's not able to unmute.
Oh, he needs
to. So you can post the question in the chat box and I'll be reading it out.
Okay. Anything. Anyway, can you read another question while he's doing that?
I would request anyone present here, if you have any question, you can unmute yourself and ask question yourself, or you can write in the chat box and I'll be taking up the question.
Yeah.
By the time we get another question or any comment, ma'am, I have just attended this short session with you where you asked us to perform 2 activities for 5 times each. And I to experience myself the positive effect of the pranayama. So I'm just thinking, is it a self-healing practice? Can we call it a
Self-
self-healing practice?
Oh, definitely. Sure. Definitely. Definitely.
Because
Yeah.
for this, we need a practitioner like you to guide us, but we do not need any special supervised sessions, I believe. And we can heal ourselves through this pranayama practice. If we
Yeah.
perform it regularly, as you said, and if we perform it for as prescribed by you or any regular practitioner.
Yeah. To
So
learn.
in case,
Yeah. Go ahead.
so please, ma'am.
No. I mean, you learn, right. To be guided by it, by a person, is very helpful to learn it. You need that. But it's a pretty simple one. You
Right.
You know, you do it yourself. You can, even today, I'm sure, you know, you'll probably remember, but you need to do it soon or you may forget it. And actually, if people actually like it, to do this, if you want to do this, we could really easily, I could guide, I don't know about every day, but regularly, I'd be happy to do that. Online, we could do that. And
Right.
and then you learn it. But what I was suggesting earlier is also significant. So you start this kind of action for your life. You need to, you know, take it as a regular thing that, you know, like every day you do certain things. Every day you also fix your breakfast, or you do a number of things regularly. You just have to put this in the same line, that this is something you do every day, and then, you know, you do it. But and once a week, it will enhance your you know, you need to grow this. You naturally grow from this too. You know, it's not just a stagnant thing. You grow. If you do it, you will grow from it naturally. And you in every way, your health as well as your mind. And you know, you become with interests that maybe you've never had before, more clarity, and the silence that exists in the mind, you know, it will increase. So to stay with a teacher is really a good idea, and to have a satsang once a week, but not only the satsang, but to have a practice together, say for an hour or an hour and a half, you will have something so valuable in your life. It's not something you can imagine. It's wonderful. It's really wonderful. And then when you are ready, you share also, teach other people, you know, but don't teach before you have the experience of its positive effects for yourself. You know, but showing other people is also a part of doing this kind of, it's a part of doing a lot of things in life. If people would share what they know, I always, you know, the giver is also the receiver. And this is something
This is passing on of the tradition that can help the mankind. So
exactly.
we should be open to share with others what we have learned.
Exactly. And it makes all of life better for everyone.
Right, ma'am. And on
Right.
this note, I would invite Professor Shashi Tiwari, ma'am, President, Waves India, to kindly come forward and enlighten us, share with us some thoughts on this topic.
Yes.
Professor Shashi Tiwari, ma'am.
Yes. Who is it?
Professor Shashi Tiwari, ma'am.
Oh, yes, please. You know, if anybody can help me, I'll get my picture back so I can see you. I would appreciate that.
Obviously, our tech team will be taking care of this aspect. The whole session is being recorded, and the link for the recording will be shared with you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, sure. But I mean, I see you. I'm just seeing my own screen. Okay. But anyway, I'd love to hear from Professor Tiwari.
Namaste, Pratibha ji.
Namaste.
Namaste. And I am attending your presentation from the very beginning.
Thank you.
And I myself have translated Patanjali Yoga Darshan in English with my own commentary.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And yoga we are doing, but not even not efficient even today. So there may be made many mistakes because not getting any good results to our health and our other things. So your talk was very informative and focused about the yoga, about the significance of pranayama, especially, and Yoga Darshan, Patanjali Yoga Darshan has talked about Ashtanga Yoga.
Yes.
So there, Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. And Dr. Kaushal is saying that Pranayam comes in between, but I think it is not very correct because it comes on the fourth point.
Oh, I
Fourth
think in
stage.
a way, yeah, all those have to be done together.
Yeah, it can be said. It can be said. But your observation, your advice that pranayam should be practiced before asana, it is very important. It is very important.
It
so
is.
Because prana is life, breath. And as you said, all nervous system is connected with it. Mind is connected with it. So for performing anything, space is required. So when body will be calm and quiet and in a peaceful situation, then only asanas can be performed and good results can be. So this is my, I think I'm right, or if I'm wrong, you please correct me. So I think your talk, everyone enjoyed here, and we were waiting for your talk from the 3 months, 3 or 4 months. So you got some injury, and that's why we have to wait for you and your presentation. So it is very good, Madam Pratibha Gramanji.
Oh, thank
and
you.
Next time again, please come and give your performance also. We were waiting that you will perform how to do this pranayam and any kriya. But anyway, next time we will enjoy. And I think you are teaching also. You have written also on these subjects, and it is a really different type of talk we enjoyed after 1 year and 2 months.
Oh, thank you so much. It's my happiness to have the opportunity.
But it is a different type because some were very critical and don't. Everyone cannot enjoy that. And Dr. Kaushal, Dr. Professor Lalan Prasad, Dr. Vadvaji, these are our senior founder members of this, and we are also thankful for questioning Dr. Kaushal, Dr. Vadvaji, Dr. Lalan Prasadji, and I also thank Kamna Vimal Sharma for moderating this session. And Aparna is also here, and Supriya is there. So there is a teamwork, and always a teamwork is successful. Yoga is successful, and collective energy is successful. Okay, Pratibha ji.
Yeah.
Then we will see next time. Namaste. Namaste to you and everyone.
Thank you, Shashi ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Before we wind up the session, I would like to add one point. Pratibha ji, the talk today has been, I can experience it that it is it has arisen out of your experience,
Yes.
lifetime experience, and the same is reflected in your face as well. You are happy and you are smiling, and it's good to see you. And we hope to meet you again. In case you ever visit India, kindly let us know. We would like to have a session with you in person. And now
I love
to the final segment of this session, I would like to extend formal thanks, vote of thanks to all the esteemed members of Waves India and Waves USA present here. I would thank Lord Jadu Singh ji, Vadva sir, Lalan Prasad ji, Kaushal ji, Gitanjali ji, Dharma ji, Aparna ji, Shashi ma'am, and Shivlingaya ji, Supriya, Adarsh, and Manik, those who have been helping me out in coordinating this session. I thank you. And I thank everyone else who is present here and who has left the meeting in between, because I would thank you for attending this session and be benefited by this. I wish that we would be meeting again in the next session, in the next webinar, next talk of the webinar series. And
we could
before we wind up the session,
I have many more things I would like to show you. Actually, if any of you want to meet regularly, we can, arrange that too, if you want to do that kind of thing. So
definitely, ma'am. And for that, I would ask Supriya ji to coordinate between you and us.
Yes. Yeah.
And now I would be asking you all to perform Shanti Mantra with me.
Yes, let's do that.
Shall we?
Shanti
Mantra. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramayah. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste to everyone for making this a successful session, and your presence has made my day. Thank you, everyone.